Let's just jump right into this explainer today because we're tackling a massive cosmic mystery. And, it actually starts with a really simple observation from Nova the Fox. Picture this, right? It's a bright, sunny morning. Nova's just looking up at the sky, totally soaking in the warmth of a brand new day. But just looking up sparks this incredibly deep, absolutely fundamental question about how our whole world actually works.
Which brings us to the big question. Does the sun go to sleep at night? I mean, it's a completely fair question if you really think about it from the perspective of someone just, looking up at the sky. If the sun is right there, warming us up, lighting our path all day long, where exactly does it go when everything gets dark? Does it just clock out, take a rest?
Well, Puffy certainly thinks so. He actually confidently declared, obviously, it goes to sleep. Even giant fireballs need naps. He was so sure of this, you guys, he even brought out a gigantic sun pillow for it. It's a hilarious hypothesis for sure, but honestly, it perfectly sets up our investigation today. We really need to figure out if there's any actual truth to this whole idea of a resting fireball.
So to get to the bottom of this, our resident science expert Cosmo has to step in with a pretty vital correction. The sun is not actually a giant fireball. I know, we hear that term literally all the time, but scientifically speaking, a fireball implies something is actually burning with oxygen, kind of like a campfire. But out in space, there isn't an atmosphere like ours to support a standard fire. Instead, as Cosmo points out, we got to look at what the sun really is, which is plasma. The sun is actually this giant sphere of plasma, a superheated state of matter. It's incredibly hot, glowing, dynamic, but it is definitely not taking a nap on a giant pillow. So if it's an ever-glowing ball of superheated matter, why on earth does it get dark?
Moving on to Section 1, The View from Space, subtitled Stepping Through the Adventure Portal. Let's step through with Stella and get a totally new vantage point.
Through that portal, the view is completely clear. You can see one side of the Earth brightly illuminated by the sun, so that's daytime. But the exact same planet is cast in dark shadow on the other side, and that's nighttime. From space, we can clearly observe that the sun is actually shining continuously. Its light is just only hitting one side of the planet at any given moment.
Of course, upon seeing this, Puffy makes his next logical, yet entirely incorrect assumption. He goes, so the sun is only working half a day? He sees half the Earth in darkness and just assumes the sun is slacking off. It's funny, but honestly, it's a brilliant setup for the big reveal about how planetary movement actually dictates our days and nights.
So the crucial point here is exactly what Stella explains next. The sun keeps shining, Earth is what moves. The sun isn't traveling in a big circle around our planet every day, right? Instead, our planet is turning. It's turning slowly and it's turning all the time. The light stays put, but the surface of our planet is basically on this giant continuous rotisserie. And how fast is it turning? Exactly 24 hours. The Earth completes one full, slow spin on its axis approximately every 24 hours. And that is literally what defines our day. As we slowly turn, different parts of the globe rotate into the sun's bright light, and then smoothly rotate right back out into the chilly darkness of space. But wait, this realization causes a bit of a sudden panic for Puffy, because if we are on a giant spinning rock right now, why aren't we flying away? And hey, it's a highly valid concern. Think about it. If you spin a playground merry-go-round too fast, you'll fly right off it. So if the whole planet is spinning, why aren't we just floating off into the void?
Well, this brilliantly illustrates our next crucial scientific concept, which is gravity. Gravity is the invisible force pulling objects toward each other, keeping us safely on the ground. Earth is just so unbelievably massive that its downward gravitational pull easily counteracts the force of its rotation. So gravity is basically the silent hero that saves the day and keeps us securely anchored to our spinning home. Next up is Section 2, Try This at Home, the flashlight demonstration. Because you don't actually need a magical adventure portal to see this cosmic mechanic in action. You can literally recreate the whole shebang right in your bedroom.
Stella shows us exactly how to do this. First, you just turn on a flashlight. This represents our stationary, glowing sun. Second, shine it at a ball, maybe a tennis ball or an orange, which represents Earth. Third, slowly rotate the ball. And finally, just watch the light and shadow change. You will see exactly how your specific side of the ball smoothly moves from daytime right into nighttime.
So with that experiment wrapped up, we can absolutely confirm that the sun never actually goes to sleep. But, that leaves Puffy with a funny, lingering disappointment. Then who uses this giant pillow, he asks. Nova suggests maybe he should use it, which Puffy decides is the absolute best idea ever, and promptly falls asleep. It's a pretty good reminder that while giant plasma spheres don't need naps, space explorers certainly do for sure.
Let's head into Section 3, Mind-Blowing Cosmic Scale. How big is the Sun? We know it doesn't sleep, we know it's made of plasma, and we know it firmly lights up our spinning planet. But just how massive is this celestial body that we're actually orbiting?
Well, get ready for a staggering number. 1.3 million. According to Cosmo, the Sun is so unbelievably large that you could fit approximately 1.3 million Earths completely inside it. I mean, it's almost impossible to wrap our human brains around that true sense of cosmic proportion, but it really shows just how tiny our spinning home is compared to the star that lights it up. To put that in perspective, that's like comparing a tiny little bead to a giant beach ball.
And honestly, I think Puffy's reaction perfectly captures how we all feel about this overwhelming fact. He just says, "That's not a sun, that's a giant space watermelon." And you know what? When you're faced with a scale of 1.3 million Earths, comparing it to a giant impossible piece of space fruit is probably the most relatable way for any of us to even process it. Okay, bringing us to Section 4, Mission Complete, Today's Discoveries. We've gone on quite an educational journey with Nova, Puffy, Cosmo, and Stella today, gathering some truly foundational knowledge about our solar system along the way. So let's just quickly summarize the core scientific truths we've proven, officially debunking the whole sun pillow theory. First, the sun absolutely does not sleep. It's an ever-glowing sphere of plasma. Second, Earth spins once every 24 hours. Third, day and night happen precisely because of that planetary rotation. And finally, gravity keeps us safely planted on the surface while we're just spinning through space.
But as you know, in the world of science, every single answer just reveals a fascinating new question. As we close out this explainer, Nova leaves us with a totally new mystery to ponder. Why does the moon change shape? Now, Puffy thinks a giant space hamster is eating it. Actually, scratch that, we can probably rule that out right away based on what we've learned today. But the real scientific answer, it is just as captivating. Keep that curiosity alive, and hey, thanks for exploring with me today.